गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
कैसे हैं आप?
सर एकदम बढ़िया, आप कैसे हैं?
मैं अच्छा हूँ, थैंक यू। So I will ask 15-20 questions, and many of these questions will be comparatively new questions, uh,
यस।
which you might have prepared or you might not have prepared, but like it will give you a bit current affairs touch. है ना? तो
यस
the
सर।
static part का तो मुझे पता है that you can handle it. I know about your profile. अब मुझे
यस।
आपके इंटरव्यूज याद हैं, 2 बार इंटरव्यू लास्ट टाइम लिया था ना आपका, 2 times.
यस सर। यस सर।
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट परफेक्ट। ठीक है, so let's start. So Shravan, how will you use the knowledge of your commerce and management in the administration?
यस सर। Sir, so commerce and management has enabled me with problem solving and analytical skills, which will be a part of my job as a civil servant, to be a problem solver and analytical in my approach. Sir, apart from that, specific skills such as knowledge of financial management will help me with better budgeting, forecasting, and benchmarking of various schemes and expenditure that I'll be a part of. Uh, Sir, soft skills such as those learned by human resource management and organizational behavior will help me maintain motivation in my team and design suitable training programs so that the productivity remains high. Sir, apart from that, knowledge of subjects such as accounting will help me understand the expenditure and revenues of the uh, revenues of the department that I'm working with better and take proactive decisions.
Okay, wonderful. Uh, Now I will ask some questions from the recent developments. Uh, have you gone through the amendments in the insolvency and bankruptcy code? Recent amendments.
Uh, Sir, I'm not aware of I'm aware of the proposal for the amendment. I'm not aware that an amendment has already been done.
Yes, I mean proposal on, yeah, proposal for amendment only.
Yes, yes,
You
sir.
can explain that.
Yes, sir. Sir, one of the key proposals is to expand the NCLAT because there are a lot of pending cases, and to fast track the cases, we need a larger resource at the tribunal. So secondly, there has been a focus on digitization of the process so that, so one second, someone is knocking at the
हाँ,
door.
sure, sure.
Sorry about that, sir. Uh, uh, so as I was saying, there was a focus on digitization as well. So apart from that, there was a proposal that there is a need to protect the operational creditors as well. Right now, the code is skewed towards financial creditors only. Uh, Sir, apart from that, there is a challenge for cross-border insolvency as well, and there was a proposal to create a framework to ensure that cross-border insolvency is also concluded in a swift manner.
Okay, fine. Uh, Recently, there was some controversy between the National Financial Reporting Authority and the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India regarding some standard on auditing. Are you aware about that?
Yes, yes, sir.
So, can you please
Sir,
explain?
yes, sir. Sir, this is regarding the SA 600 debate. Uh, Sir, as per the NFRA, even the subsidiary auditors are required. Sorry, sir, I'm unable to recall the details, but
You can you
it
can you
was
can take your
regarding.
time. You can take your time because you are going fine. You can just take few
Yes,
seconds and try to record, and then you reply.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, as per NFRA, even the subsidiary auditors would be held accountable for the audit process. Right now, it's only the primary auditor. Uh, and ICAI was against this, so there was a conflict.
Okay, fine. Recently, there was some news about the Tiger Global
Yes, sir.
transaction. So, what is that exactly?
Yes, sir. So Tiger Global sold off its stake in Flipkart to Walmart in 2017. And the issue right now was regarding taxation on that. Um, Tiger Global used its Mauritius business operations to make the sale, uh, and uh, and the Supreme Court issued a judgment that since there was no primary business in Mauritius itself, this cannot be used for waiving of the tax liability. So there would be a tax liability on Tiger Global for the gains made on that sale.
Okay, fine. Recently in the budget, some retrospective announcements were made. Are you aware about that?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall.
Okay. Recently in the budget, STT was proposed to be enhanced for the derivatives. So, why the government is trying to discourage the derivatives trading?
Yes, sir. Sir, so STT was enhanced for both futures and options as per the budget 2026. And the main motive for that is to reduce the speculation by retail investors. So there is a lot of retail trade in futures and options in India compared to the global benchmarks. And in order to discourage retail traders and protect them from losing their money. So more than 90% of retail traders lose their money in the derivatives market, sir. So it is a nudge to stop them from investing more of their money in speculation.
Okay. What are the announcements made in the budget regarding the data centers?
So regarding data scientists,
Yes, data centers. Yes.
uh, sorry, sir, I'll have to read about it.
Okay. Okay. There was some tax holiday announced for the foreign companies uh, who want to have data
Yes,
centers in India. Hmm. Tax holiday.
right. Okay.
Just go
Yes,
through
sir.
that. Go through the budget in detail because a lot of
Yes, sir.
budget, a lot of tax amendments were there. So go through the
Yes,
budget
sir.
in detail.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is the concept of economic IRR? Economic IRR.
Um, no, sir.
Okay. What are the initiatives announced in the budget uh, regarding underdeveloped corporate bonds market in India? Like how the budget initiatives can help improve the corporate bonds market in India.
Sorry, sir. I'll have to read about it. I've not gone
Okay,
through the budget in this much detail, sir.
okay, okay. Uh, are you aware about the concept of reverse flipping?
Yes, sir.
Can you please explain?
Sir, yes, sir. So reverse flipping is basically a process wherein uh, some startup uh, reverses their headquarters from a foreign country to India. This is done in order to gain access to the Indian equity markets and raise funds and become and help them progress in their target of gaining a better market share in India. So,
Okay. And how this is related to the safe harbor rules? Safe harbor.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Can you point out the major amendments made by the Industrial Relations Code regarding trade unions?
Yes, sir. Sir, so as per the Industry Relations Code, uh, the main motive was to remove the multiplicity of trade unions so that uh, there is a single trade union which is strong and truly representative of the workers. Sir, so as per that, only trade unions with more than 51% of workers as members would be considered as the recognized trade union. And sir, if no such trade union is present, a negotiation council consisting of representatives of the multiple trade unions would be formed, and that negotiation council would be responsible for collective bargaining on behalf of the workers.
Okay, so it is more about uh, like laying down a clear criteria for recognition of the council, like which union or which council will bargain. But multiple unions will still be there because there is no change in the criteria of 10% and 100 workers, whichever is the minimum. Hmm?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Did you get my point? So the
Yes, sir.
concept of negotiating council or negotiating union will not decrease the multiplicity. It will basically it has laid down a clear criteria on like with which union or with which body the management should negotiate. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
it has given clarity about that, but it will not reduce multiplicity.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Hmm. And there are certain other changes in the trade union regarding the trade union uh, while dealing with the industrial disputes. Are you aware about other changes?
No, sir.
Okay, so let me tell you. First of all, earlier works committee, there is a works committee which
Yes, sir.
is constituted at the lowest level. So earlier, the works committee members were elected by the workers themselves. Now, their appointment will be after the consultation with the registered trade union. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Secondly, if there is any grievance by the individual worker, uh, then it can file the grievance with the grievance adversary committee, and if it is not resolved with the grievance adversary committee, then it can be filed to the conciliation officer and even to the tribunal. So individual worker can also file the grievance and then can file the matter to the conciliation officer and then finally to the tribunal. In all these cases, in all these steps, he will have to take the he will have to do it through registered trade union.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so an effort has been made to basically bring better coordination and improve the role of the trade union so that they feel included in the process, and there is no diversion of the workers and the trade unions. There is no conflict between the two, rather both work in coordination with each other.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you point out some human resource management related policies of the government of India in the recent times?
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, so recently, uh, employment-linked incentives was introduced so that corporate sector employs more people and generates greater number of jobs for the society at large. So secondly, Mission Karmyogi is there for the civil servants for constantly improving their skill set and constantly training with newer modules. Uh, Sir, apart from that, PM internship scheme was there uh, to which facilitates, which rather promotes internship hiring by the corporate sector and private sector. So these are what I can think of right now.
Okay, okay. Labor codes also you can mention.
Yes, sir.
Labor codes, introduction of the labor codes.
Yes, sir.
You can also mention lateral entry.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware about the Jane Street case?
Yes, sir. Sir, so Jane Street case was a case of alleged market manipulation by the company. Sir, so the company was involved in trading in both the equity market as well as the derivatives market. Sir, it took some positions in the equity market, which influenced the market, the index, with big movements and resulting in large gains in their derivatives position. So it was so using their large sums of money in the equity market, they were able to uh, take an unfair advantage in the derivatives market as well. So the case is ongoing in the SEBI appellate tribunal right now.
Okay, fine. Uh, Out of the transformational leadership style and charismatic leadership style,
Yes, sir.
which one do you think is better in the corporates or more effective in the context of corporates?
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, I think that there is no right answer for this. Both these methods work, both transformational as well as charismatic leadership styles have their own advantages. Uh, Transformational leaders, such as, sir, for example, Narayan Murthy, sir, has had a great impact on creating a large company, which has transformed the IT sector in India, with his vision and understanding of the sector. Whereas charismatic leadership style also has its advantages in improving the motivation of the workers uh, and involving them in the leadership process as well. So, for example, uh, I would say for charismatic leadership style, Ratan Tata is was known for his charisma. So both have their advantages.
Okay. Ratan Tata is a charismatic, has been a charismatic leader or transformational?
Sir, charismatic in the sense that he had a lot of appeal to uh, uh, with the employees and also involved them in the decision making. So, for example, uh, his NGO regarding elderly care and pet and dog care, he involved a youngster in that and uplifted, promoted him to a higher position with a lot of responsibility.
Fine. Uh, what are the major differences in the organizational structure and the culture of the private companies and the government departments?
Yes, sir. Sir, with regards to organization structure, uh, the structure is taller and more hierarchy based in government departments, whereas it is more decentralized in the corporate sector. In the sense of culture, the the culture is more team oriented in the private sector where there is a flatter structure and people from different departments and layers in the organization uh, can talk to each other as equals. So with regard to the government sector, since the structure is more taller and hierarchy based, even the culture is more formal and uses more formal networks for communication, and there is a greater gap between people posted at different hierarchies.
Okay, fine. After the system scam, the New Companies Act 2013 was introduced, and
Yes,
many corporate governance norms were introduced.
yes, sir.
So, can you please tell me a few important corporate governance norms which are initiated by the Companies Act 2013?
Yes, sir. Sir, the Companies Act introduced the requirement of at least one-third independent directors, sir, so that there is more scrutiny on the fairness of how the business conducts. There was a requirement of at least one female director as well, so that the governance is more inclusive. Sir, apart from that, the audit committee was strengthened. Uh, its role was strengthened throughout the year so that there is constant scrutiny. Sir, apart from that, a stakeholder relationship committee was required to be formed for listed companies so that the management is held accountable to the shareholders uh, uh, with great regularity. Um, Sir, apart from that, the CSR norms were also introduced in the Companies Act 2013, sir.
Very good. What is the key difference between the Victor and Room's theory of motivation and Porter and Lawler model of motivation?
I'm unable to recall the queries.
Okay. So basically, the major difference is uh, Victor and Room theory is the expectancy theory.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like valence into expectancy into instrumentality, right?
Yes,
And when we add the equity aspect, equity theory also into this, then that part is it is Porter and Lawler model. Okay, so expectancy theory plus equity theory is equal to Porter and Lawler model.
yes, sir.
Okay, equity theory आपको याद होगा like comparison of input and output of the candidate
Yes, sir.
with the
Yes,
peer,
sir.
है ना? So
Yes,
Porter Lawler में equity aspect भी हम ऐड कर देते
yes,
हैं.
sir.
मैस्लो हर्जबर्ग भी आपको याद होगा. हर्जबर्ग
Yes, sir.
motivators.
So dissatisfaction, satisfaction factors.
हाँ, yes, yes, yes. Fine. AS versus NDS. What are the
Yes, sir.
major carve-ins and carve-outs? You remember?
No, sir.
एक बार आप रिवाइज कर लेंगे इसको.
Yes, sir.
Costing में how do we calculate the product cost under marginal costing and under absorption costing? Product cost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
So what is the major difference between that one item?
sir, yes, sir. The fixed overheads are also included in the absorption costing, whereas those are not included in marginal costing.
Which fixed overhead? All fixed
Um,
overhead or only manufacturing?
Sir, I'll have to revise this.
Oh, only manufacturing overhead, because we are talking
Okay,
about
sir.
product cost. Product cost means the
Right.
cost which will be used for inventory valuation. No?
Yes,
So
sir.
only the manufacturing overhead, fixed manufacturing overhead will be the difference between the two.
Yes, sir.
न्यू इनकम टैक्स बिल के प्रोविजंस आप देख ही लिए होंगे. न्यू इनकम टैक्स बिल.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Also, just go through the relation between or the speculative element in silver and gold prices, role of derivatives in fluctuation of the silver especially. Just एक बार इसको देख लेना.
The role of derivatives and
हाँ,
fluctuation of silver.
silver
Okay.
prices of silver अभी recently fluctuate काफी हुआ है ना, so how
Yes, sir.
futures and options are responsible for that.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, I think I have touched all the dimensions. जो भी क्वेश्चंस आपको नहीं आ रहे थे, जैसे एक बार देख लेना थोड़ा सा, मैं आपको
Yes, sir.
क्वेश्चंस की लिस्ट शेयर कर दूंगा, एक बार आप देख लेना इसको.
Yes, sir.
एंड आई थिंक इट इज फाइन.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है जी, परफेक्ट. और बताइए एनीथिंग एल्स?
नहीं सर, बाकी तो बस इंटरव्यू का टाइम आ ही गया है सर, बस
हाँ.
थोड़ा ब्रश अप कर।
हाँ, सही है, परफेक्ट.